Hello, welcome to my radio and television station, and I'm Kautri. Here comes the local news. On June 29th, the People's Council of the Province held a press conference on the 8th sessions of the 10th tenure of the Provincial People's Council, term 2021 to 2026. Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Council, Hoàng Thị Bích Hằng, presided over the conference. According to the press conference, the 8th session will be held on July 7th and 8th. In particular, on July 7th, the opening ceremony will be carried out and through all reports, session station and Provincial People's Council committees report on verification. On July 8th, the result of group discussion and questions will be announced. The Provincial People's Council shall issue a resolution on questioning and answering questions. The chairman of Provincial People's Committee shall report on the issues of concern to the delegates. There are about 28 resolutions at the meeting. Before the date of the meeting, on June 30th and July 1st, the Standing Committee of Provincial People's Council will organize 4 delegates to discuss in 4 groups of the whole contents, agenda of the meeting, and summarize the result of reports at the meeting. Contents that interest the many delegates or have different opinions will be continued to be discussed in the whole. On June 29th, the Statistics Department held a press conference of the socio-economic situation in the province in the first 6 months of the year, saying that the economic situation is maintaining an impressive recovery momentum. Specifically, the last 6-month GREP growth rate increased by 7.06%, higher than the increase of 5.7% over the same period in 2021. Industrial Production Index (IIP) increased by 7.18%. Agricultural, forestry, and fishery production increased by 4.19%. Services increased by 8.11%. Total retail sale of goods reached over 110,550 billion dong, an increase of nearly 14%. Export turnover reached over $13.2 billion, increased by more than 13%. The average consumer price index for 6 months increased by 3.11% over the same period. In the field of agriculture, forestry, and fishery, production value of 6 months reached nearly 23 trillion dong, an increase of 4.3% over the same period, of which livestock increased by 5.4%. Newly released data from the General Department of Statistics show that Vietnam's economy in the second quarter of 2022 grew by 7.72% compared to the same period in 2021. This is the highest second quarter GDP growth in the period 2011-2021. In the first 6 months of the year, Vietnam's GDP increased by 6.42%, higher than the growth rate of 2.04% in the first 6 months of 2020, and a growth rate of 5.74% in the first 6 months of 2021. Another sign of strong recovery of Vietnam's economy is that value added to the whole industry in the first 6 months of 2022 is estimated to increase by 8.48% compared to the same period last year. In addition, the Industrial Production Index (IIP) in the first 6 months of 2022 compared to the same period last year of some key industry increased. Clothing production increased by 23.3%. Production of electrical equipment increased by 22.2%. On June 29th, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization (NATO) summit in Madrid, Spain, discussed many contents. Notably, the conference guests highlighted the importance of the Indo-Pacific region. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern also wants a China power. Ms. Ardern said, China has become more assertive and more willing to change international rules and norms. Ardern also urged the use of diplomacy and economic links to build relationships in the Indo-Pacific region. She also considered that recovery of Indo-Pacific region must be strengthened through relationships and economic architecture instead of militarization and arms race. Speaking at NATO summit, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida Fumio said Tokyo intends to drastically upgrade its partnership with Alliance, a form that Europe's security is tied to Asia. Kishida also welcomed the involvement of Western military alliance in the Indo-Pacific region. The Japanese Prime Minister said the unilateral attempts to change the status quo by force are ongoing in the East and South China Seas, and expressed concerns about the possibility of a conflict in Asia similar to current scenario in Ukraine. Kishida emphasized we must show solidarity so that such schemes will never succeed. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and goodbye.